Uncle Jobs and their brothers and sisters. I'm Chief Elder Amari Menkepera Seneferu. I'm a Pan-African Garveyite and Kemetic Saber, dedicated to the resurrection of African people and dedicated to the resurrection of African spirituality. I'm asking you to join us in the honorable endeavor of helping to liberate the minds of Black people. You can learn more about our spiritual orientation by tuning in to Maat TV 314. That's Maat TV 314 on YouTube. That's MAAKHERU TV 314 on YouTube. Founded by Saber Bianchi Patah Matulu Amun-Ra. Join us in this honorable endeavor. Uncle Job Seneb, Hotep.
Welcome to Makaru TV 314. Uncle Jasanel family, this is your brother Bianchi Patah Matulu Amun-Ra. Makaru is a phrase meaning true of voice in ancient Kemet. The acclaim was given to him or her who was right. Here on Makaru TV 314, that's what we stand for and believe. And as such, we will be bringing the truth of ancient Kemet and ancient Africa to the people. Makaru TV 314 is where the truth lives. We will explore the true history, spirituality, and culture of ancient Africa, particularly that of ancient Kemet. We look forward to you joining us as we edify the people. Hotel.
Masheru Nefer. This is Queen Mother Initare Auset Akua KitiHeru with the Temple of Heru, where our founder is Baba Saber Amari Sneferu, and you are listening to the voices of Maat. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and do our Hesi, our chant. I'll say it in Metanetter, and then I will translate it into English. Pa netter ampupa Maat, Ank wise de jeb, Ank unja seneb. Uben nefer akar pa inbu haru Maat. In English, that translates to how sweet is the truth, life, power, stability, life, prosperity, and health, rising always in divine excellence with Ma'at, all day, every day. Ashe. And when I say Ashe, that simply means that we agree and we're on the same accord. I also want to take some time to pay tribute to our queen, Breonna Taylor. I want to say no justice, no peace. We have to do all we can, family, to end police brutality. And I just want to say to her family that I'm evoking the ancestors in Initare to be with them throughout this horrible situation. And we're going to continue to fight to do all we can so that that queen can get her justice. Ashe?
Ashe.
We have a very special show tonight. We have our very own author. At this time, I'm going to let her introduce herself in her Kemetic name.
And I am Maatima Watiset Aset.
Dua, thank you. I'm going to give you guys a little information about her before we get started. Deborah Marie lives in St. Louis, Missouri, where she was born and raised. She has actually studied ancient Egyptian mythology for over 12 years and set out to teach her twins about their gods and goddesses. This resulting tutelage formed a grouping of paper clips, drawings, and ultimately resulted in her creating this book. She is dedicated to educating children about the god and goddesses of Kemet and giving them a positive sense of self. And we know that we need that on an everyday basis. Ashe?
Ashe.
Now I'm going to get started. And what I want to do is I want to talk about the Queen has 2 books that she's written. And so the first book that we're going to talk about is a book that she wrote a couple years ago. I think it was in 2009?
Yes, I think it was in 2009.
And the book is called Reparations Now. I'll hold it up so you all can see. You have the beautiful Maat on the front. This was her first book that was published. It says, Reparations Now, Restoring Truth, Balance, and Harmony to the World. The dedication is for my ancestors, the living, and those yet to be born. So in that first book, sis, what exactly is reparations to you, and why do you feel it's important to us?
Reparations to me is repairing the damage that was done to us by the enslavement of our ancestors. They were brought here in chains. They had a free life. They had a matriarchal system that included a mother, father, grandparents, uncles, aunts, etc. And that was all taken away from them.
Yes.
They all had gender roles, and they had a purpose that was a part of their life purpose. And so look at us now. Look at our family situation, mostly headed by females. So the gender roles are confused. We're raising feminine, emotional men and aggressive daughters who don't think they need a man. And our economic system, we basically are at the mercy of the Yurugu as far as our economic system is concerned. So all of that needs to be repaired.
Ashe. Now in phase 2, which is a chapter in the Reparations Now book, you say we need to stop supporting this economy. Would you share thoughts about what you meant by that and a few maybe solutions and how we can take care of that to possibly stop that?
Yes, Black people in the United States earn over $688 billion a year.
Wow.
And 96% of that is going straight into non-Black businesses. Now think of what we could do if we would spend that money in Black businesses. And there are plenty of them out there now. So whenever we can, we should make it a point to spend our money in Black businesses so that they can flourish and build other businesses, further their businesses. And before you know it, we would have our own empire. We'd have employ our own people, have very little unemployment in our communities, which means higher self-esteem, higher living wages, and less crime.
Absolutely. So we're going to move on to your second book. And that book is a children's book, which is a very exciting book, The Comedic Creation Story. Hold it up a little higher, sis. Okay, very nice. Family, please get this book for your children. I believe your books are on Amazon.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So tell us a little bit about the book and what inspired you to write it.
Well, I was inspired by my children to write the book because I wanted them to know about the Kemetic gods and goddesses who looked like them. And I wanted to start them out early on so that they wouldn't be brainwashed by another story. and that they would have the original story.
Yes, their own story.
That's right.
Ashe. So I'm going to ask you another question that's a little more personal. What made you leave Christianity, and how did you find Kemetic consciousness? Can you give us a little history on that?
Yes. I think I was about age 16 when I was done with Christianity.
Wow, age 16?
Yes, very, very early on. But I realized that it was a scam, and it didn't work. And I just was fed up with it. And for a long time, I didn't believe in anything. And after a while, maybe I guess early 20s, I started following another spiritual path, and that didn't work out either. And the
Can you
next
tell
thing
us what spiritual path that was?
ooh, I'm kind of embarrassed to say you've never heard of it probably. It was called Eckankar.
Eckankar. No, don't be embarrassed, sis. We all have to develop, and we all have to do that in our own way. I have never heard of it. What was it about?
It was
Was it like Scientology or something?
no, it wasn't Scientology. It was more spiritual, and it really fit me. You know, it opened me up. It opened me up a lot. But it was also, you know, created by the Urugus. So nothing really that the Urugus create is going to be true or,
Okay.
you know, help us. So I left that organization, and the very next thing I was going to follow, the path I was going to follow was Buddhism. And I couldn't find, I guess I was trying to find a place to study it. And then a little voice in my head said, hey, what about African spirituality? What did my ancestors believe? And that started me on the path. Right there, I started researching and finding out about African spirituality, and I have never left the path since. And that led me to the Kemetic spirituality, which all of the African spiritualities lead back to Kemet. So, you know, there's a history and a correspondence through that. So,
Okay. All right. Are you teaching your twins Kemetic thought and culture? And if so, why? Why do you think it's important?
so that they can have a sense of self. Right now, looking at the news media and what's going on in the world, you would think that we, you know, Black people didn't create anything. And I want them to know that we are the original people to populate this world, and all the other races came from us. And I teach them to celebrate our Independence Day, Juneteenth.
Yes.
And our Savior's birthday, Heru, and also Kwanzaa, celebrate the harvest. So.
And how old are your twins?
12.
And see, I think that they have something unique because you have been teaching them Kemetic spirituality even when they were in your womb. And so I think it's very important, because when a mother carries a child or children in her womb, that's education internally that will come out outwardly. And so I think that's very unique. And I think that that just gives them a step ahead. And so your twins are going to definitely be a part of the generation that carries this forth. Ashe.
Yeah. Ashe.
Tell us a little bit about, and I got a little history. Me and Deborah, we have been friends for a long time. So I have a little bit of history on the twins' names, but I want you to share how you came up with their names. Tell us their names and talk about the meaning and why you gave them their names.
Well, they are twins, a boy and a girl, and Aset and Asar are also twins. Well, they're twins, but they had identical same-sex identity. But so I named my son Asar. His middle name is Asar, and my daughter's name is Aset. Aset Marie, which Aset was also called Marie.
Very good.
Which
And so the twins, they understand, they know what their names mean.
Oh,
and
yeah,
now they're telling others, they're educating others.
that's correct.
Can you hold up the children's book again, sis? So the book is very enlightening on a lot of the foundation I think that it's important for our children to know about. And the Kemetic creation story, that title in itself is another reason why parents as well as children should get the book, study the book, make it a family time, because it's very educated and knowledge of who we are and who we hope to strive to continue to be. Can you flip through the pages a little bit, Deborah?
So
Very nice.
So this is a book that you would get for basically small children and read it to them and teach them that it has the beautiful gods and goddesses in there. And you would just teach them their names and what they did. You know, it's not heavy reading. It's not a lot of pages of heavy reading. It's just a quick introduction for small kids, and then and up until they're able to read it for themselves.
Right. So just like a planting of the seed.
That's correct.
And how many pages is in the book?
I think probably 12 or 13.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I just appreciate you, Queen, for making sure that that education and that knowledge is put in the book. And hopefully it will give a lot of our families the introduction and plant that seed that we need so that we can continue to develop. But I did want to ask you another question about phase 4. It says following African spirituality. And then you talk a little bit about the history of Christianity. Why did you see fit to include that in the Reparations Now book, in your first book?
I want us to wake up. I want Black people to wake up and just get out of Christianity. It has done so much damage to us, and it's continuing to do damage. Every time something happens, people want to pray instead of getting up and doing something about something. It's just, you know, it's basically that's the best weapon the Yurugu has ever used against us, was taking us from our spirituality. So I wanted to make that a prominent chapter in my book.
Yes. And I know that your books, you can purchase them on Amazon. So when you came out with the Reparations Now book in 2009, were you getting a lot of people buying it, or was it kind of slow? And how has that developed now since we're in 2020?
Well, yeah, it's been kind of slow. You know, it's hard to, you know, if you don't have the proper backing, it's hard to get any kind of support. And plus, when, you know, the topics that I'm bringing out, you know, you're not going to get like the mass media coverage of it.
Yeah.
But now with talk, you know, there's talk of reparations now. So perhaps, you know, who knows now?
Right. I just want to go on record saying I have my signed autographed copy right here back in around the time that you actually wrote it. And it was a very good book. And I want to just recommend that everybody get the book. It's not a hard read. It's not expensive. And you can get reparations now, restoring truth, balance, and harmony to the world. And this is how it looks. Very beautiful picture of Maat on there, the front. And so let's just make sure that we support our queen, our sister, and let her know that we have her back. I think it's very interesting, Queen, how you managed to get the idea to actually write it down and publish it. Because I know a lot of times we have ideas, but it takes some creativity to put all that together and then put it in a book.
Mhm.
How long was your research on the first book?
Probably about 2 years, about 2 years.
Wow. Okay, and so your research, what did that consist of?
Reading a lot of Black economic books, reading a lot of spiritualities.
Okay. Did you happen to, I can't think of our brother's name. He's a big,
Claude Anderson.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, so you picked up a few of his books,
Oh,
his information for
Oh,
sure.
yes. Oh,
Okay. Yes, because you know that's what he a big proponent of that. That's what
yeah.
that's what it is. So that's good. And so in the children's book, that book, when did that book come out?
In 2017, I believe. Or was it
2017,
maybe 18? Maybe
18.
2018.
Okay. Did the twins help you with that book at all?
They did not.
They didn't help you, but I'm sure they read it and they love it.
Yes, yes. I wish, yeah. I needed help. I could have had it out a lot sooner had I had someone to illustrate the book for me, but I could not find anyone to illustrate the book, so I had to draw. I did all the illustrations in the book.
Are you serious? I didn't know that.
Yes, I am serious. I am serious. But if there is a artist out there who loves comedic artwork, please contact me because I do need an illustrator. I plan on putting out several more books about the gods and goddesses of
Right,
Canada.
I was gonna ask you, when do you anticipate your next book coming out? Are you working on one at present?
I have two already penned, and it's going to be on Asar, and then there's going to be one on Aset, and those are already penned. I just need an illustrator, but it looks like I may have to get the pen, the paint, and markers on out and take it upon myself again to illustrate those books. But I really wanted like a beautiful depicted book.
Right. Well, brothers and sisters, the call is out. So please, if that's something that you do, if you're skillful in drawing and doing illustration, please contact our queen so that she can get those books out. We need them. And so contact her. Where can they reach you at, sis? Can you give your information so that if anybody can do it, they can contact you?
Yeah, I can leave my email. Why don't you leave my email in the link?
Okay. Okay. And then you're also on Facebook as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is your name on Facebook?
It's Deborah, daughter of Aset.
Ashe.
Ashe.
So I want to say Dua for your time, sis. And I appreciate that you were able to come on and talk about your books. Dua so much for being the great author that you are, and that you took time to put your thoughts and your ideas down in writing so that we can open up a book and read and learn about who we are. Because if we don't know who we are, we definitely don't know where we're going. Ashe?
Ashe.
I want to say, Dua, thank you to the creator of Makaru 314 and Paradigm Shift 314, our Saba Pianki, Patamatulu, Nefro Amun Ra. I want to say Dua to our Baba Saba, Amari Sneferu. I want to say Dua to Queen Afua. I want to say Dua to Riketi Amin, who is the wonderful teacher of our Metanetter. Also, I want to say Dua to my parents, Princella and Roy Small, for my existence. And I want to say, stay African, stay Blacktastic, stay powerful, stay in love with yourself and others. Until we meet again, I want to say Shem Imhotep, go in peace.
Imhotep.
Where we going with it? Now where we going with it? Where we going with it? What? Where we going with it? Ha! Yo, where we going with it? Ha! Where we going? Going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time. How many years? About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack. I'm going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time. How many years? About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack. I sing kingdoms come and I sing kingdoms fall. You can check it for yourself, you can read it on the wall. Like graffiti on the wall, metal nets is what it's called. I taught y'all in the past, now I'm back to teach you all how to elevate and repent from filthy ways. I know it's hard, but it feels good to fast for 30 days. I got y'all searching for the land that's across the burning sands, where the men turn into gods and the gods turn into men. The jewel of the Nile is in the motherland. Each one teach one, so go tell your brother, man. You're feeling down, then you got to snap back like a rubber band. Lord, going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time. How many years? About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack. I'm going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time. How many years? About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack. Hey. All the words I chant when I come forth by day. From the night, these sacred chapters I recite. Do my voodoo every day till I feel some things are right. Speaking in words of power, speakers get blown. Ancient tradition, deep in your bones. Ancient wisdom, speaking in poems. Melodies take you deep in the zone. I'm going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time. How many years? About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack. I'm going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time. How many years? About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack. Too many youth wanna ride and die. I try to tell them about the I and I. In my presence, I got y'all feeling divine essence. I come through dropping jewels that's full of timeless lessons. Not Egyptian, I'm comedic, spitting poetic relics from the highest mind. Look to the skies to find where I am headed. I come when I be spitting, y'all be player hating me. I don't know, probably cause I'm serious like A and B. And see, we alike sometimes more than we would like. I got the gift of gab, I was born to speak on mics. Got raw in me glowing growing, now I shine like skies in Cali. I represent the hood, and that hood is the Nile Valley. They call it hobby. The illest of the niggas, nah, that's not me. I'm that golly representative. Spit the hottest sentences with the eye for rule. I see the evil that lurks in you. I live by 10 virtues that stops me from hurting you. I use oracles, so nowadays I plan better. Now I walk in the presence of God's angels and ancestors, walking my path, speaking in code, talking in math. I got an inner divinity, mental serenity. I walk in my eye, even on my path alone. And in these zone, man, I got heart like Indiana Jones. I'm not a raider, but a raiser of the lost ark, the monarch of a righteous covenant. You ain't liking it, you loving it. I show y'all sacred ways from the ancient of days. The metaphysical master manifesting the greatest displays of might control. Connect the spirit, mind, and the soul. I rhyme with flows that opens up your mind so you grow like the trees, but of course not the kind that you smoke, but the kind that keeps you rooted in tradition. I bring it back like how it was in the beginning. Going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time.
How many years?
About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack. I'm going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time.
How many years?
About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack.